This is a view of Liverpool, Studios Night here in Liverpool. So I just want to give you a view of it. I'm currently in the Travelodge on the 9th floor.
Okay, after a Premier League game, this is the room that is used by the press and media to fire questions at the two managers, Brendan Rodgers, whoever is, of course, opposing Liverpool on the day. And only for Premier League games, this press room is used. We have two press and media rooms. The other press and media room is used prior to big games, and it's usually from Melwood. Melwood is where we do have our other press and media room. And after a game, this one's used. About 50 members of the press will be in this room. Probably the most important thing that's I'm sure I just saw him there taking photos. That's why I said to grab him to get the camera. And I'll take it for you before we leave because we can't come back this way, you see.
I'll take it online.
Has anyone got any questions you want to ask before we carry on with the tour?
How many cents?
45,520.
Not that much more than Derby.
No. when they do the rebuilding. Yep. Main stand, Anfield Road, 61,000. I was just building them into a frenzy for you, lad.
Which one's the manager's seat?
There's like two assistants, right? And there's a manager. So Brendan Rodgers, Colin Pascoe, Mike Marsh will be there. Doctors and physios and substitutes on this side, the away team. The away team and the home team share the same dugout. You'll only find two of those dugouts of its kind here and at Tottenham Hotspur. The only two clubs that have the two teams in the same area. Okay? This is part of the main stand. This area, this lower area is called a paddock. And it's part of the main stand. And as we told you before, earlier, the main stand is the first part of Anfield to get extended because it's the oldest. Built in 1906. If you look back and you see the first 18 rows of those wooden seats behind this advertising there, they're the original seats still from when this main stand was built. They're over 100 years old, those seats. Just over there, the director's box is just there, where those red leather chairs are. Now, if you ever see players that have been newly signed to Liverpool, they'll sit there and watch the game when they're not ready to play yet. Injured players will sit up there, and also celebrities, okay? So the likes of apart from the club owners, of course, you'd have different celebrities from Daniel Craig to Mike Myers to Liam Neeson, who are all big Liverpool fans, would watch the game from up there. Does anybody remember Harry Kewell?
Yes.
Spent his entire career up there. That's where the injured players sit, by the way, as well. Yeah? So Harry Kewell spent a lot of time up there, unfortunately. Christopher Berg is another one as well. Christopher Berg, big Liverpool fan. Samuel L. Jackson, big Liverpool fan as well, because he filmed 51st State here and became a fan because he used to come to so many games. So he became a fan as well. So you'd find them sitting in those seats up there. Just directly above is the TV gantry. You ever heard live commentary from Sky or ESPN? The commentary takes place from up there. It's one of the oldest TV gantries in the Premier League. It was built just before the first Match of the Day programme was televised, which happened to be here at Anfield as well. So it's been there since the early 70s. What happens is on the match day or day before match day, the cameras get rolled in and they get lifted up on a pulley system directly from these steps up to the TV gantry. The actual commentators themselves have to go up 2 internal steps through a small gap in the roof, and they'll drop down into the TV gantry. Just across there, guys, is what is now the Centenary Stand, but it used to be called the Kemlyn Road End. It wasn't until 1992 we celebrated our 100th birthday, and what we did was renovate that entire stand, add another tier on top, and added those boxes in the middle. Those boxes in the middle, if you ever want to watch a game, you get 19 home games, Premier League games, you get a free programme, all for the lovely price of £70,000 for 3 years. Per season, that is. So you've got to pay all that up front as well. So you're talking over 200 grand paid down for 3 years for 19 home games and a free programme. Anybody want one? Well, to be honest, that's where the money is, guys. That's why we're extending. You've got to build and get more of those boxes in, because for match day revenue, they come from those boxes. There's 30 of those boxes. When you go to Old Trafford, you see 200. When you go to Arsenal, 150. When you go to Chelsea, 120. One of their boxes at Chelsea go for £1 million.
Why?
One of those boxes, because that's where the money is. People spend their money. We have to expand to get more corporate income as well. Okay? So 45,000 to around 61, 62,000 would include seats and also corporate space as well, which will be more suites within this stand.
Will you be able to eBay all them seats off for loads of money?
It will be great too. I mean, there's been different things coming up about if you're a season ticket holder and you've been in, say, 199 for how many years, why not have that as your souvenir? You know, we don't know what's going to happen as yet, but this is going to get extended first, and eventually the Annie Road will get extended. Anfield Road is where the away supporters would sit, guys. If you're supporting the other club, you'd sit in that left-hand corner of the Anfield Road. 3,000 seats are allocated. The likes of, you know, Chelsea, Man United, Arsenal, Everton, Tottenham, Newcastle will bring 3,000 fans. Sometimes when we play other clubs that don't have as many fans, we'll reduce that allocation by moving that black netting to a smaller allocation, say to 2,000 or 1,000. That would give us room to sell to the Liverpool fans and make sure that we get as many Liverpool fans in that stand as possible. That end needs no introduction. That is the famous Kop. That's where we finished the tour. The entire capacity of our stadium is 45,522. We have a season ticket waiting list that is like 20 years long, and we have to reduce that as soon as possible by extending the stadium. We have a very, very long season ticket waiting list, and we will, sooner or later, from next year, at some point, start expanding. Well, we're not sure when and how, but that's what we've been informed to. That's what happened. Any questions, guys?
Come on. You've all travelled all around the world. Here we go.
We're going to explain why we're not allowed in the